The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here you go.
Breeze now on first down. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Here we go.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. 70 yards. And the Saints have taken the early lead. And personally, what a start for him to get in the end zone from that distance here on the first drive.
And it has the defense tearing up their defensive goals for the game, doesn't it? Because nowadays, when we talk to all the coaches, they don't talk about limiting yards per carry and those things. They just talk about limiting explosive plays, whether it's through the air or on the ground. And anything an explosive play on the ground, usually, 10, 12-yard runs? This one was way more than that. They've got to go back to the drawing board and try and shut it down.
Lutz now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 24.
Ready. Flag 22.
Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Let's go. Three down.
Off the play fake, Winston. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They're indeed going. It's Winston. Throw left side complete. It's Cross. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, sub. Let's go. Easy. Hey. Green, triple C.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Hey, sub. Let's go.
On play action, Winston eluding the pressure right. He's going to let this go deep, and the defense loses him. It's complete. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Deshaun Jackson, 56 yards. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here we go.
Breeze to throw on 2nd down. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
Yeah, baby, that's what I'm talking about. All day. Come on, get set.
From the gun, it's Breeze. And that's complete. It's Watson. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
Here we go.
They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram, pushing his way inside the 40. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving.
Here we go.
Now Breeze throwing on second down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Bryant. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A really nice gain of 25 yards. A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Off the play fake to Kamara. It's Breeze. On the check down, he finds Kamara. This carry brought to an end at the 8. Good stick skills, but not much room to operate. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down.
Under. Shoot. Here we go.
Breeze going to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Josh Hill from 8 yards out. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6. Sometimes those tight ends are a mismatch. They found the mismatch there.
And that's exactly why you want to draw up those types of plays, because coverage is just going to go to the natural guys, the guys that make the big plays on the outside. But if you work your tight end into it, that's a tough one for a defense to handle.
Tough. They couldn't handle it. It worked out for 6. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Possession going back over to Tampa Bay here, and for the Buccaneers, it's kind of been a wild ride through first half plus of the season. You had some exhilarating wins at New Orleans, at home against the defending champs, and then they've had a lot of lulls too, haven't they?
They certainly have, and probably the biggest story is the adversity of dealing with the quarterback position. Jameis Winston not ready to start the season. Ryan Fitzpatrick comes in and lights it up, and we have Fitzmagic. Then he hits some bumps. Jameis Winston comes in and plays well at times, but then turns it over too many times. Back to Fitzpatrick. How will it all end? We shall see. But one thing is for sure, they are entertaining, aren't they? Not many 13-7 games when they are playing.
No, when they're on the field, there have been points scored both ways.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down.
And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. Winston to his big play receiver, Jackson. And even 50 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And his throw here's incomplete. He was trying to find O.J. Howard. That'll bring up 2nd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. On 2nd down, it's Jones. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
On 3rd down, Winston escaping the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout. On is Chandler Catanzaro now for the Buccaneer field goal. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And Catanzaro's kick is right through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
The football going back over to the New Orleans Saints and a team this year, Charles, that really took off after that Week 1 loss. For me, it all came together Week 9. You think back to that game when they beat the Rams, knocked off their undefeated streak to start the regular season. So now, are the Saints really Super Bowl winning contenders? I mean, do you put them in that category?
I certainly do, and I think people were wondering how they would respond this season after what happened to end last season, the Minneapolis Miracle, where they ended up giving up the touchdown pass in the last play of the game in the playoffs. And when it started losing at home to Tampa Bay, many wondered if their psyche had really been affected, but they've regrouped since then. The defense is really playing well. And then there's always Drew Brees to Mike Thomas, and that is working very well for them.
Well, since you mentioned Michael Thomas, and we talked about that win over the Rams, never forget going to get the flip phone, Mr. Michael Thomas. Channeling his inner Joe Horn from back in the day. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On first down, Brees. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Breaking that one up was Justin Evans. Read it perfectly. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
36. Over.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Brees. Touchdown, New Orleans. Ted Ginn, 32 yards. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. From the gun, Winston. Flush to his right. He gets it to Humphries. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44.
Ready? You ready? I'm scared. Green, Trevor, say.
They go play action here on first down. He sets to fire deep. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A big play there. 44 yards. And the Bucs have made this a one-score game. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10.
Ready? Yellow lady, yellow lady.
Breeze now on first down. The catch made over the middle by Ginn. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Just 11 seconds to go in the half as they have it 1st and 10. Following the interception, Winston forced out to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run, deep left side, and nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the 3rd quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. They go play action. Winston flushed out right. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Alex Anzalone, he's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down. They're going to try for it on 4th. Winston stays out there. He'll try and throw for it here. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. A.J. Klein in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards.
11.
On 2nd down, here's Breeze. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Saints add on to their lead. Lutz good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Lutz now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
And Rodgers has it over on the right side. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. The 1st down throw for Winston. Buying time to his left. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And now it's 2nd down.
Well, Charles, the trade deadline obviously is now passed. So you look back at the number of guys that went different places. Which trade caught your eye the most?
Well, there are a few of them, and they all had one thing in common as far as I could tell. They're all made with the idea of that team winning big this year. Ha-ha Clinton-Dix from Green Bay to Washington. Washington in first place at the time when they make the trade. They're thinking about winning their division and advancing in the playoffs, getting more help in the secondary. How about Golden Tate going from Detroit to Philadelphia? The Eagles trying to defend their Super Bowl championship, adding a receiver for Carson Wentz. Eli Apple from the Giants to New Orleans. They're thinking about not just defending the NFL.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Cameron Jordan in there to get him for a loss of 5. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. From From the shotgun, it's Winston. Being chased out left. Now he's going to let it go into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Levante David leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6.
So what's the word I'm looking for here about how this drive just started?
Disjointed?
I'll go with that one. I mean, think about it. First down, took a bad loss on a running play. Take the sack on second down. Now they got to come up with something big here on third.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. Here's Thomas Morstead now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Here's Jackson. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
He's going to let this go. Man, it's caught inside the 10. And he will be marked down inside of New Orleans 10. Winston to his big play receiver, Jackson. 43 yards. Working out of the gun. Winston steps away to his left. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Mike Evans, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Bucs are able to make this a close game again. Point after now from Catanzaro. Extra point good by Catanzaro. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. The return man is Hill. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42-yard line. Great return.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
So Brees going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 42. Shotgun now for Brees. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. On On second down, Kamara. They find some open field here. Kamara's got the first down and then some. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10.
Check.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he'll take this one down to the 36. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time...
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Gerald McCoy coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Levante David in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. Breeze to throw for it on 4th. And the pressure gets to him again. Quan Alexander in from his linebacker spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. On play action, Winston eluding the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Jameis to throw it. He's going to let this go. And he's got his tight end, Howard. It's a Buccaneer touchdown. Jameis Winston with his 4th touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Bucs have taken the lead here in the 4th. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And that gives them a 3-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Breeze to throw on 2nd down. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
That gets them the first down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Kill!
They'll look to throw. Finding some room at midfield. Over the middle, complete. It's Bryant. And finally brought down at the 38. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Well, they had held him pretty well in check, but if you recall back in the first quarter, you said they needed to avoid the big play. He finally gets loose.
And the thing about it, it doesn't have to be a bunch of big plays. Sometimes one big play can be enough. That's why it's tough to deal with a guy like that.
He's back to throw. And this is incomplete. This pass rush, they've been excellent all game long, and another example of it right there in the closing moment.
Not only with the pass rush, but how well they're coached, because if you don't quite get there, get to the quarterback, get your hands up into the passing lane and knock it away, as we just saw there.
Back to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Bryant. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
I'm a little surprised right here. They've got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts do you no good at home. Use them now.
Breeze now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now a pitch out to Kamara. And he goes backwards here. Losing yardage back to the 16. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage. So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
21.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete. Stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Brent Grimes, the former Pro Bowler, there on the coverage. Maybe some temptation here to try to go for the win, but I think you got to kick the field goal.
I agree totally. When you look at the time left on the clock, that's not a spot where you take the gamble. Go ahead and kick the field goal here and take it from there.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
Here we go.
It would appear Sean Payton's made the decision here. They will go for it on 4th. One final try here for Breeze. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. Lutz with the extra point, and it would appear, barring some late heroics, they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. Lutz now to kick this one away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. So some drama down to the very end of this ball game, Charles, on that final kickoff. They were hoping to break free, some sort of miracle play, but they couldn't do it.
They had a chance, and that was their only opportunity to try and bring it all the way back. As you noted, They weren't able to get that done, but at least they had the shot. What a tremendous game to be this close and this well contested.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Tampa.